Well, everyone, there's so many more iPhone 13 leaks coming out right now, and a majority of these leaks are actually situated for the notch itself. Now, we've been talking about a lot recently about the camera size, camera improvements, screen improvements, 120 Hz, but we were all kind of saying that the notch would probably end up being the same. Now, I'm kind of like indifferent about it. If they keep the notch, if they remove it, I'm cool with them removing it, but I do know that if they remove it, it's going to be so hard to justify things to improve on an iPhone unless they do some crazy things like a screen on the back or something. In this case with the iPhone 13, it looks like they're going to be, decreasing the size of the notch. Now, a lot of these reports, including this one from 9to5Mac, are saying half size Face ID chip part of secret to smaller notch expected in iPhone 13. Now, when I read that, I'm like, okay, this is awesome. That's great. Smaller notch. But again, my only concern and the only bad side of this is, if Apple is actually going to go ahead and, make this, a smaller notch, it cannot be the main, difference. It cannot be the highlight of the iPhone 13. This is not a highlight. This is more so just like kind of a cool thing. It'll get people hyped up a little bit and it's a step in the right direction. But even if they went ahead and completely removed the notch, I really don't think it's going to be that revolutionary of a thing when you look at the competitors. You look at the S20 series, ever since the 2019 phone, the Galaxy S10, that phone has pretty much had a better display than every single iPhone that has ever came out ever since then. That is a massive thing to keep in mind, and I don't really have a problem with that, but I really do hope that Apple doesn't take too much time to focus in on the notch itself. Now, there were some people who also said that the Face ID sensor is also going to, become smaller or something like that. So I'm really happy for that. I'd be really happy if that ends up being the case. On top of this, there is some speculation, pretty much for me, I've heard nobody else talk about this, but think about it like this. If Apple goes ahead and decreases the size of this notch, okay, they make it smaller, they make it look like that, what are they going to do with the extra space on this display? I'm sure the display is probably going to look something along. I don't think they're going to go from a 6.1 inch display to like a, 6.5 inch display for their base models. So what are they going to do with the extra space on the top? I really do think that Apple may actually allow us to change, some status bar icons up top. They've always been stagnant, and maybe it's going to be a mixture of the iPhone 13s and the iOS 15 update that will allow us to add or delete certain status bar updates, status bar icons, and maybe with the iPhone 13 with the extra space, it'll allow us to have more icons up there. Maybe that can happen. It's kind of a stretch like I mentioned, but I look at phones like the iPhone 8 Plus where you can see the battery percentage in the status bar, and with our other iPhones, with notches, we can't see that. So hopefully that ends up being the case. I guess we'll see what happens when we get there, but I'm really happy for this. I'm going to be happy if it comes out with a smaller notch. I just really hope that this isn't the biggest highlight. And on top of this, and I hope this isn't the case where we're like, oh, we made the notch smaller and we totally let the battery life, go away. It's smaller again this year and all this stuff. If that ends up being the case, I'll be sad, but by the looks of it, it's looking like the battery life is going to increase, 120 Hz refresh rate, possible Touch ID and a smaller notch. I think that's going to be really awesome for sure. So that pretty much covers it up. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much for you guys to hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my other channels. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.